On our most recent trip to Fontainebleau, the forecast had predicted rain, and the forecast turned out to be right.
We are at Franchard Isatis, crocodile.
Luckily, we found ways not to let poor conditions spoil all the fun. Upon arrival, we managed to squeeze in an evening session at Franchard Isatis.
Fontainebleau.
Je hebt dan eerst met je rechterhand erin, dan naar rechts een savas lopen en links ver ook de green trees.
It's funny, great route. As Martin Tange would say, newsworthy.
We sessioned this slab at Franchard Isatis, but Dylan was the only one who managed to get the top.
Hij heeft pesto meegegeven en hij zei dat kun je ook gebruiken als je dat heel klein, fijn opchopt en dan met een beetje olie erin en dan...
Ja, als het blijft gewoon olie daar. Ja, het is soms wel smaak.
Maar ik heb gezegd dat ik ging terugbrengen.
The rain was forecasted to move in later in the afternoon on our second day, so we rose early, hopped in the car, and went to Gorge au Châts for a climbing session.
Ja, dat is echt
Allee.
Ah, helemaal.
Ja.
Dat gaat niet meer in de dag.
Dat doe ik niet.
Daar gaat. En dan pak ik die, zo. En dan via de crack, zo, naar boven.
Dikke hielen.
Dat is ook een 7C, maar...
Ik zou niet langs de zijkant gaan dan, nee. Dat lijkt like ook te kunnen crimpen en dan erop.
Zo, Holscan is ook pretty dry.
Going to Fontainebleau with Mike is always a good idea, as he guides us to the right spots and hypes up the group to go send.
Helemaal goed.
Maar je zit zot en overal, hè. Je moet dat pinchen om niet naar links te geraken. En dan is het nog een keer met links doorsmijten.
We started the session here by warming up on some orange circuits.
Welcome to my vlog.
No,
We are climbing something we think to be 6A, but grades don't matter, it's just fun to be out here. This is pretty dry, so we're comfortable climbing this, and I'm gonna give it a send go.
In the moment, we thought this was a 6A, but upon later inspection, we realized it's a 6B. It's mainly the sit-start that makes it a little bit more difficult. The rest of it is just kind of clawing your way up, not too physical. After La Selle, we went to check out Sa Pelle au Logis, a 7A that proved to be quite tricky, definitely the last couple of moves.
Ja, kör man.
daar compleet.
Allez, kom on. Allez. Kom on, push.
push. Ja.
Yes, kom maar, push. Ja, dat is het. Kom maar, kom maar.
Ziek nice.
Ik had hem wel aangeraakt.
Cedric, the Stefano Ghisolfi of the group, got closest to topping Sa Pelle Logis. Nice dude.
Go. Push. Yes, kom. Yes, kom maar.
Allez Cedric.
Allee.
Ja, dat is het. Kom aan, kom aan, kom aan, kom aan, kom aan.
Allee.
Alles geven, alles.
Kom maar. Allee. Voetje dichter. En duwen. En gaan. Kom maar. Allee. Allee. Ja. Houden, houden, houden. Voetje rechts. Hoog.
Nee, ik heb hem niet goed.
Ah, massa's nice dude.
Auw. Laag
Het
gedaan.
is flat vast, dat vind ik wel straf.
Ik heb ergens gevlekt.
Ja, hier, goed, dan gaat dat boven.
Mega smooth.
Die flakes erboven. Dat is een heel goede ledge, dat is zoals slopey.
Ja.
Maar uw body stond verkeerd, want eigenlijk heb je hier een voetje en dan moet je naar daar gaan met je
Met
voetje.
daar met voetje.
En dan gewoon. Nice.
Ah, show.
Nice.
This is right about when the rain actually rolled in. We hurried to the car and drove back to our hostel, the Big Island. This hostel in Milly-la-Foret is hosted by Gaétane and Andrew. Andrew cooked for us in the evening, and we spoke with Gaétane, a local climber who taught us a thing or two about the impact of rain on the sandstone here in Fontainebleau.
So sandstone is not granite. It's just silicium sand that sedimented, was glued together during a long process of sedimentation. When it's wet, the link between the different components is a little bit changed, more or less weakened. And if at that moment you put some strength on it, it actually is going to take the strength. And some of the link are going to break for air. The next boulder come the next day when it starts drying. The grip has been weakened, so it's just then a matter of time.
The Airbnb is called Big Island, so they named the Airbnb after this amazing piece of rock. Grades around 8B plus, 8C. Only a few climbers from France, but also from other countries have ascended, so pretty heavy.
Val je ook er links van?
Geen idee. Ik weet alleen dat hier een 8B plus op zit en 8C. Dus je komt zo en dan zo. Sick. En dan die voetjes staan daar.
When you get rained on in Fontainebleau, there's a lot of alternative activities to be found in the area. We took a hike to the Big Island, an 8C boulder problem, after which the hostel was named, and after we drove to the city center of Fontainebleau. We checked out the local gear store and drove to Rempart, a climbing gym in Melun, about 20 minutes from Fontainebleau.
We're currently at Rempart. This is a boulder gym 20 minutes away from Fontainebleau, which is quite a good alternative for climbing indoors as well, like Fontainebleau style, but maybe when it's raining.
This boulder gym has a lot to offer, and one of its centerpieces is a spray wall of about 20 meters wide that can be tilted in its entirety. And with that, the second to last day of our trip to Fontainebleau came to an end. The next day was departure day, but before we headed back for Belgium, we had a moonboard session on the board that Andrew and Gaétane have set up in the back of the hostel. On this trip, we've learned that as long as everyone's determined to have a good time, it doesn't matter what the weather forecast is for your trip to Fontainebleau.